Okay, so I'm leaving you guys a couple of videos to watch. Before I do that, I just want you to see a couple of things. We're going to talk, today is really going to be about looking at technetium radiopharmaceuticals and the way that they are prepared in the clinic and in the radiopharmacy. Just to give you a look, this again is Cardiolite. This was the radiopharmaceutical made by my advisor's group back in the mid-'80s. Which is like 13 years before I started. But as I told you, it meant we had no worries of money because the patent that they got on this particular medication, this compound, is the most lucrative in Harvard or MIT's history. And the reason I say Harvard is because we collaborated with a group at Harvard Medical School. And anyway, as I said, this cationic compound localized in heart tissue. And just to show you, first of all, what the kit looks like, here is a current view of what the Cardiolite kit looks like. What it is just gets shipped. This is cold. You're going to hear this word a bunch in the videos that I show you, cold and hot. Cold means not radioactive. Hot means radioactive. Does not mean anything in reference to temperature, okay? And we talked about how it's sometimes called sesta-MIB. The reason why it's sesta-MIB is sesta means 6, and MIB means methoxy isobutyl. Okay, isonitrile, M-I-B-I, methoxy, which is, okay, I did not mean to go to the wiki page, but regardless, methoxy is right here, it's methoxy group, and then isobutyl is this group, 1, 2, 3, 4, remember Me means methyl, and isonitrile or isocyanide is this group right here. So in any case, going back to the image, here is what the kit that you get. You can look very closely. You'll see that there's some white powder in there that has the reducing agents to get down from technetium 7 and takes you all the way down to technetium 1, which is the oxidation state in this compound. All the ligands are neutral, and it's sterile. And they pop the cap off, and you inject some pertechnetate, the TCO4 with a negative charge. That's Tech 7, and that gets incubated for a period of time, and then amazingly, the compound is pure. That's actually the big key with any of these kits, is to make them pure just by injecting the pertechnetate and letting it sit, maybe heating it, but that's as much as a pharmacist is going to be expected to do. It can't need to be purified by chromatography or anything like that. It's got to be straight, essentially pure right away. It's one of the big challenges, actually. We'll talk about that a little more another time. I wanted to briefly show you what the images can look like. As I mentioned, they're stress tests. So they might do an image before and after running on a treadmill. For instance, here's a bunch of heart images looking at different orientations, different axes. And you'll see that there's a difference between the rest and the stress. And in this case, a patient has reduced blood flow. You can see it pretty well here compared to the rest in the stress. As well as over here, you can see it's a much bigger area with no blood flow. And again, this is what the gamma cameras see in the hospital. They see these hot spots and cold spots, and this particular drug, which images blood flow, is showing stress regions inside the heart. And this becomes a big deal when trying to treat people with heart attacks or other heart conditions. All right. Other than that, the only other thing I wanted to show you were the kinds of things that are used for shielding. And so these are like standard radiation shields, but then you can get these kinds of things, these big lead blocks everywhere. I don't need quite this much. Sometimes they are called lead pigs. I think pig is an acronym for something. I'm not exactly sure, but let me see if I can get a quick picture of what a lead pig would look like. It's actually kind of convenient because lead pigs they're essentially like beakers, except they're, completely lead. And so that's actually really beneficial. We used to just put test tubes and stuff in here in order to do reactions. And once you put them inside the lead shield, there's no radiation dose on the outside, which is actually really quite good. Atlantic Nuclear actually is a pretty well-known company. So that's, anyway, I just happened to click on that. But in any case, these are the kinds of things that people use. That's a different kind of lead pig. But we were talking about these kind of beakers that are made out of lead instead of glass. So anyway, that's all I want to show you for now. Please watch the other videos. They're quick, and you can take your time with them. There's nothing written to worry about. This is actually just a matter of seeing and learning and taking a look and see what people do in the real world and how this is all actually used, which is really the point that you're at. All right, thanks.